So my role in audit and risk, I would characterise slightly differently to that. So I'm Risk and Assurance Director for SNG. And changing the title of that, we did quite consciously to give the sense that audit and risk are not two things that are disconnected from each other. And audit is a fundamental part of assurance. So we're moving towards we're moving towards an understanding of this being an interconnected ecosystem, fundamentally part of the processes of the organization, joined up with objectives at the front end. So if we're talking about risk, we're talking about it because it is a risk to something that we're trying to accomplish, right? It's a risk to some objective or other. If we're talking about controls, it's because we've deemed that risk is outside of our risk appetite, and we want to ensure that we've controlled it to within our risk appetite. And if we're talking about audit, we're talking about it as part of assurance, right? And assurance is there to help understand whether those controls we've deemed necessary are designed and operating effectively. So we're moving, we're very much moving in the direction of this being a joined up ecosystem rather than kind of things that might have been considered independent of each other in the past. That, to answer the second part of the question, is also probably the most challenging thing. So trying to kind of, trying to get the professionals in the organization who operate these disciplines into, that mode of understanding it and actually being able to embed that, to land that in the organization and to integrate that mentality in the organization, to stitch these things together whilst the organization is obviously busy dealing with lots of other things. I'd say that is the biggest challenge for me on a day-to-day basis. I hope to take a lot of things away from Audit and Risk 2024, based on my experience of attending and speaking at these conferences in the past. I think they're really valuable for the risk controls assurance professionals in the organisations in particular, but not exclusively, to attend and to hear from others in the sector. There's always a great opportunity for cross-pollination of ideas, and at the end of the day, this is, we're in this sector together to address a fundamental societal problem. We're not in the corporate world where we're competing head to head with each other. For the most part, we don't compete with each other at all. And in that environment, being able to share information, the more people you've got in the room, the more people who are thinking about risk on a day-to-day basis, thinking about controls, thinking about how you provide assurance that the organization is understanding what its risks are and mitigating them sufficiently, being able to have that conversation with others who are thinking about this on a day-to-day basis is massively helpful. And I think it's efficient, right? It helps us not be recreating the same wheel in lots of different organizations, because we all know that we have very, very finite resources, and the financial headwinds that we're dealing with are the same, and they are increasing. So the more effective and efficient we can be as a sector as a whole, the better. And that is certainly one of the things that I've taken away from the Audit and Risk Conference in the past, and I expect to take away again from Audit and Risk 2024. People, I think, should attend Audit and Risk 2024 because it is a fantastic opportunity to meet other people in the sector, to build these relationships, and also to get the benefit of the breadth of thinking, the breadth of expertise that you've got in one place for a short period of time, to have those really valuable conversations that you can take away and take that thinking back into your own organization. This is how we raise the sector up. This is how we kind of take the best of what's out there and collectively share it and implement it in our own organizations. And we through doing that, we raise the standards right across the sector.